Hey, what's up, everyone? It's GleeCon, and here we are. We go again on another episode of Lore of Warcraft. This is the show where we try and do it all, and if you've watched before, you try and do it with me. What is it that we do? Well, we try to cover everything in the world of Warcraft, everything in the universe, all of the games, all of the quests, every line of in-game dialogue possible. And all of the outer stuff too, the books and the videos and everything. So stay a while and listen as we continue that journey. It says we're in Feralis, but we are in fact continuing a epic slog through Tanaris. So what is the problem? Why is this taking us so long? It's because of the Hippogriff Egg repeatable quest line. So those of you that have been watching over the past, probably solid 3 weeks, we've been doing Tanaris. We've pretty much finished everything in the zone. We will be doing Zul'Farrak soon. I don't even know. I guess I'm going to do it after we do Tanaris as a horde. We'll run Zul'Farrak a couple times. But the eggs that you can collect here and then turn into Tanaris is what's really annoying. If you look at the text there, if you're just listening, there's a repeatable quest called the Super Egg-O-Matic, and every time you do it, it gives you an egg crate that contains one of 4 types of eggs, and those eggs themselves are tied to turn-ins. There are bad eggs, there are ordinary eggs, fine eggs, and extraordinary eggs. We've completed this quest almost more times than I have completed the quest with my other characters. On one character, on my Alliance character off as a dry run, I believe it took me 6, 7 tops runs to completely finish to get all 4 types of eggs, multiple extraordinary eggs, which is the only eggs we have not received. They were, I think I had at least 2. I had like 2 of every kind, and then except for 1, whatever kind that one was, that gave me my 7th, I think. And then on my other account, I did on Horde. You can do a slight variation of this where you can bring multiple copies of the egg to the camp, sell it. It will keep it in the buyback menu as long as you don't log out. And then you can go back to Tanaris, and when you land, you can just buy them back one at a time. I'm going to get hit by the boat. It knocked me underwater. I was underneath it. Oh, I'm in its wake. That's cool. And anyway, I think you can fill up 12 slots and then carry an extra egg. So I just collected 13. That in itself took a while because getting there and back, even on a mount, it's shorter than obviously going all the way back to Tanaris by far. But you're still talking about probably 10 minutes, like 5 there and 5 back every time. So even doing that, I mean, we're talking about an hour and a half or whatever. And the reason why that one is a little bit lame is because you're not turning them in. So you don't know, are you working harder than you have to? So there is that double-edged sword where, like in this case, where we're getting close to 13 runs already. I think this is at least our 10th run right now that we're going to do. And we're getting very close to having nothing else to do on this show. The only quest we have left is Pawn Captures Queen and the quests that come out of that. So after this run, we're success or fail, we are going to run that. And then we'll turn in the remaining quests for that. And then there's nothing else. We are going to run... We'll wrap this zone up. And then we're screwed. We're not going to do anything except do egg runs until we get this last egg. So here's hoping for all of our cases that we get the egg. Hopefully on this run. I believe we've done 9 prior runs because this is the. Let's look at everything. I think this is going to be the 10th Tanaris. Yeah, this is the 10th Tanaris episode, and I've done one every time. But plus, I've done extra. I've done 2 extra on the past 2 episodes. I've done a second egg run. Actually, so that means I've done 11 runs. This will be my 12th run. So just absolutely disappointing. So in this particular case with this character, we could have done that trick if we were a horde. I mean, you could technically do it by going to Feathermoon. It's a little quicker than flying all the way, but you save yourself the flight. But I never had an account. My other character where I did the 13, by the time I think I was on the 6th turn in, I was already done. So it meant that the other 7 egg runs I did were a waste. So I accomplished the entire thing, like I said, in somewhere around 2 hours. But an hour of that time was a waste. So maybe 2.5, and an hour and 15 or whatever was a waste. Oh, that was aggroed onto me. So it was in order to save. Now, but it was still about a wash, because had I not done it, then, and even now, like when we go on horde, I'm torn about what we do. I think I will maybe do it. Maybe not a full 13, but at least get little clusters of it. There's an egg ready for us. Obviously, we could set our Hearthstone to Tanaris. That's not going to save us that much time in a repeated run, because the Hearth is only available every hour. So it will only save us time once in a while. Once an hour. So every 4 runs or something. Every 5th run. Got it. Got it. Off camera, I've just been questing in this area right here. I just, on both Alliance and Horde, did the Gorduni Ogres and killed these guys. I haven't killed any Freyfeather, any Hippogriffs. I'm making good progress, decent progress in Feralis. I don't always make an episode, a long play episode like this on Fridays, but today I am, because Sunday I will not be, I will not have time to do one. Based on my work trip that I'm going on. I have to leave a little too early, and I have some errands I'll need to run beforehand. So we will have a stretch of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday where I don't make any episodes. I will cut out the Patreon episode this upcoming week to take the pinch off of that just a little. And I'll just reshuffle it, so I don't actually think we should lose out on... that we'll lose out on any episodes for the week. I think I can probably make it break even. Especially because I've been kind of down. My subscribership and everything, that's down right now too, because my episode production has gone down. Those two things are definitely related. The algorithmic gods are not happy that I've almost cut my production rate in half. I've just been busy at work, and then that makes me tired overall. Even right now, when I'm working from home this week, I have been actually working. So, you know, I'm hours of work every day at my computer does not inspire me to want to continue to sit, as much as I love the show, to sit for a couple more hours and make an episode every day. Like, I've just followed my regular work schedule. Also, I see it as a time of rest. But I'm in the home stretch. There are 10 weeks left, 10 really slammed weeks where I have a lot of projects and work to be done. And I will... Okay, we're gonna go north around Camp Majache. And then I'm gonna reassess. I'm gonna do an inventory. Like I've mentioned on the show before, I'm a government employee, and that whole world is chaos right now. So I'm after this most busy period, I'm going to be really taking a long, hard look at my options, and I've already had my own disappointments before everything got shaken up here. So I will. Yeah, as of right now, I don't have any job. I'm not really particularly worried. I know that my job, I have been doing it long enough, and I'm good enough at it that I know I could have some job. Whether that job is a demotion, a pay cut, whether it's multiple ranks below, and I'd have to go back to doing the grunt work that I've worked my way out of. Although you could argue that the work I have now, someone put it to me very succinctly in the past couple weeks, where they're like, "Hey, did you are you more stressed or less stressed than before you started moving up the ranks?" And I was like, "Well, more. Do you work more or less?" "Well, I work a heck of a lot more." "Do you make a lot more money?" "No, I make almost no more money." So there is. Then they're like, "Why are you doing it then? What's the point?" Part of it is my own pride. That's a big part of it. But at some point, that's, you got to say enough is enough. Like, if I'm the only one that's seeing the message, that's partly on me. Then it's a messaging problem. Anyway, I don't want to go down this route. These are the worst episodes, when I cry myself a self-pity party or whatever. The long and short of it is that I will take a much needed break. I'm going to be going on vacation with the wife, and we'll see where things go from there. All right, so we've made it back to the flight path, and we're going to go to Tanaris. But hopefully, I'd love to get into a situation where, wouldn't we all? I think some people are like, I don't want to work. I do worry about the concept of working from home. I would think about doing it. If there are options for that in my field. I worry because, it just depends. Like, I think I could hit my deadlines. There's things that happen at the office, and this is undeniably true. I get slowed down every day. I would go so far as to say maybe half of every workday is spent on trivial things, meetings that I can't multitask in because I'm sitting there in person. The commute, obviously, the side chatter that you have with people, the trivial little duties that I have to do that wouldn't happen from this, from the at home portion. But there's also portions of my job that I do that I could not do, like where I'm physically sitting working with people in person, that wouldn't translate well to like a Zoom style thing. So that part those would have to be gone. But when you look at just the nuts and bolts, a lot of that stuff I take on myself. The mentoring and the pushing forward my own agenda, my own pet projects. But if you just look at the nuts and bolts side of my job, 90% of it is like straight up computer work. And of that, if I get 3 uninterrupted hours at work during the day to work, then I'll accomplish my goals for the day. 3 or 4 hours. So if that's the case, could I just work 3 or 4 hours from home and I'm getting paid the same and I'm accomplishing the same rates? My daughter is texting me. There's There's the kids say bussin', or I mean, even that's probably falling out of vogue a little bit, but one of my favorite little things that I do to mess with my kids is, instead of saying bussin', I love to say busting. And I will like vulgarly say like, oh, this is busting. This is busting. This food is busting in my mouth. And they like hate it. It's so gross. All right, let's see what we get. Drum roll, please. Moment of truth. No! We got an ordinary egg. It is not. We get some pumpkins and potions and crap. Alright. Didn't happen. Alright, so now we're going to go take a side jaunt into the Gorishi. We could fly and then walk down, or we could just walk. I'm just going to walk. I feel like it's... Since it's so... Yeah, don't take that tone with me.
And we can only hope for the best. I don't have much, but please accept this reward. If you ever find yourself in Feralis again, know that I am always here to take the eggs you find there.
Gosh. Alright. Okay, girl. Alright, we're going to walk along here because sometimes you can find some mithril, and I wouldn't say no to that. Oh, we also have to turn in the chicken. So we have that. I mean, at this point, we need to stink and do the egg quest in between everything we do. And there's no... I mean, I'm just saving things for us to break up the monotony. It's not even like I'm not kicking the can down the road out of laziness for the other stuff. I'm just like, can we break up getting an egg over and over again? Just for the viewer's purpose. So every step, we'll go ahead and do another egg run. That's terrible. I guess if we're stuck doing the eggs on the next episode too, then so for tomorrow, if we're still in the middle of this and we've done all the side stuff, well, I have one more episode where we can, look, there's some mithril, where we can, oh, wait, oh, I was gonna say, why didn't it appear? I just want the hyena to get off me. We have an episode where I could at least set up the Zul'Farrak quests. Okay, so yeah, I don't remember. We do want to look for mithril spurs. I don't know if that recipe is going to be... I mean, we only have 15 total gold. I don't know that purchasing the spurs are going to be realistic for our pocketbook. I don't know how much that recipe is going to cost. The spurs are a coveted item. They also help. They're useful. I'd love to be able to make them, but I'm pretty sure... I don't even know where the heck they come from. I think it's like a random drop. But I would love to get the spurs. And I don't mean the basketball team. Actually, the Spurs? I'm trying to remember, because you have the Dallas Mavericks. I thought it used to be the Dallas Spurs, but no, it's San Antonio Spurs, yeah, so they exist still. Oh my gosh, the harvester. Just looking at these bugs just makes me think of my harvester. Holy cow. Guys, I didn't even talk about this. Since the last long episode we made. I did make a short one yesterday, but I just didn't really get into it. Oh, man. Okay, so... this saga that I made on the... so I'm doing... You know how I am, which is insane. Just completing a project like this, a full completionist project, is insane. I understand that. But most of the time it's like, is it insane or is it just a different way of playing the game? And most of the time I'm like, yeah, it's just a different way. I'm just very thorough. You know, I could be a sweat spending all my time getting good at Mythic Plus and retail or getting good at PvP matches. But even then, it's freaking monotonous. Once you get into the flow of it, I used to run... My favorite is... What is the one? I'm trying to remember. Maybe Warsong Gulch, the capture the flag one. I love that. I think that one's really fun. I spent the most time. Maybe it's because I mostly run Rogue, but I really liked my time back in Burning Crusade era, leading into Wrath of the Lich King. I spent a lot of time when they opened up the achievement system. Actually, it's before the achievement system. I just was doing it. I would turn off the XP eliminator. I would twink out as good as I could, and I would get all the gear that I could find. Like from ranking up the rep that you get from doing those quests. I had a really good time with it. Really enjoyed it myself. And got good at that, capturing the flag. I would play that multiple times a day, but literally, like, that becomes your own life. You're waiting in queue constantly for the battles, and, you know, you're doing the same repetitive thing over and over again, and sure, there's an element of variance because you never know who you're going to get grouped with and what kind of groups you're going to go up against. But it's fun, at least while you're doing it. And the same thing I could say most of the time, this is playing the game. Doing the quests, in our case, reading the lore, finding every little thing. This is playing the game. So it's just the way that we're playing it. We're focusing on immersing ourselves in the lore rather than joining, say, the constant, never-ending battle against our fellow humans. And that's just my own personal preference. I recognize it. That doesn't do it for me in the same way. I like the game. I like it as an art form, as a storytelling vehicle that also tests your skill, as opposed to having your skill arguably tested even more, but with the game is designed such that you need a different set of moves and skills. You need to customize your character differently to do it, to really maximize it. But also there's a negativity. Oh, we went the wrong way. So we have to go into this cave now. Anyway, this is what we're doing. We're coming here. This is the hardest quest in the zone. We are large chance we're going to die. It's a good thing we have our cooldowns. We have to slowly, like we did on the other quest, fight our way in. Okay. We are going to fight. Look, if you notice, they're all level 52 mobs. This is not a friendly situation. You have to be careful. We got to be careful for that pat and that pat. In addition, I will probably eat some food very shortly. Yeah, even my chance to hit is just not good on this. What's going on? See, I missed him so many times in a row. You get 2-3 misses in a row. Okay, this guy's patting back. I'm just trying to slowly clear. So what you're watching right now is what we have in store for us. Going in full health. So we just have to be willing to use our resources to accept a certain amount of downtime. It's going to happen. Alright, so now we're going in with this. Fight the second one, this Gorishi Stinger. Yeah, you can't let that poison rock you because it's way too bad. Yeah, it's this... over and over again, hit you with that. What the actual heck? It gives you such a bad amount of downtime. And if you look, it's downtime between swings, it's downtime between movement speed as well. Dang it. Now my mana's out. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bop some scrolls after this too, after this fight. Alright, so now we need to back it up a little bit as we fight our way in there. Okay, we're gonna go for, I guess, the sun scale salmon with the moon juice, and then when we're done, I'm gonna just fully use my scroll set. Because this is not... This person in the chat, ding, 43, 17 more to go, and then they say to themselves, wow, grats. Alright, so we're going to drop the protection, the strength, the stam, and the intellect. It also allows us to move some of these... That I'm going to keep out for a second. Alright, we're going to go deeper in. Okay. I believe this is the way we go. We have to go as kind of far. So look, you have this pat. We got the key here is to try and isolate them. There's an ooze-covered thorium vein. Okay, so the key is to pull them so that we can only fight them one-on-one. And that's the problem here, is slowing poison is just painful. The problem here is making progress, going deep enough in this cave. There we go, we got that one. We got some good hits on that one. Okay. To where we continue making our way, working our way all the way over there. Yeah, if you look at it, I'm pretty sure if you see, it's the time between attacks 25% and the movement speed. It's just terrible. That's good. Good. And we just have to understand we're going to be drinking a lot. Okay. Alright, so there is that ooze-covered thorium vein. I don't think I want to go down and fight my way. Oh, it's down there. Yeah, if I were to go there to get the thorium, I'm going to have to fight that guy. Maybe, I guess it's... Since I'm already in here, I guess it's worth one. Plus, it gives me the chance to fight one tunneler and get an experience. How is this tunneler going to be? What does he do? Reduced armor. Okay, that's a magic effect, I believe. Come on. There we go. Now, he was going to try to hit me with some parasite. Now, I've stopped it once, though. If he gets it a second time, I'm probably screwed. Well, if it's a disease, I could actually... He just tried to do something to me again. Maybe hit me with another reduced armor. Okay. I just feel like this is probably decent. This one thorium ore, up to 273 armor. 2, okay. We only got 2 out of it. I think the ooze covered probably is better than the small, obviously, because we got 2, but not very good. All right, I don't even know. Here's the other kicker. I'm not 100% sure I went in the right tunnel. I think it is. All right, so here's a Reaver. We just have to pull it back a little bit because we don't want Pats. These guys are strong enough, and it's a 51, and we are weak enough that I am scared of what a Pat will do to my life. Of a 2v1. And at the end of the day, we're going to have to fight the Queen in a 2v1 situation. Now, when I was my other characters, I was confident in my ability to handle that. Now, not so much. Okay. Alright. See what we got here. Okay, we're working our way through. There's the butterfly room there. That is not... Okay, so we did go the right way. We do not need to go into the butterfly room. Let's go after this tunneler again. We already fought one. That seemed to be okay. This time I might let him... It's 104 for the cleanse. Okay, so the stunning is a better effect here. It's better to stun him than deal with cleansing the disease. Look at that. That's nice. That's a good hit. So I didn't have to stun him. I don't even know why I did that. Alright. So now we can go ahead and eat this pumpkin. I don't think I'm going to waste moon juice yet. Okay, so this is the Garishi Queen lore. The problem is when she comes out, she will come out with a pack of mobs. And can you pull them independently of her? I don't think so. So that's a problem. All right. So going to the left, I don't want to go that way because there's mobs here. So we have to be careful. Where does this pack come from? Okay, he's not coming up this tunnel entrance. Dang. We need to separate them. That one's 53 as well. So okay, that one just aggroed on. Let's pull him down some. Because he's 53, he's so much stronger than the other guys. Okay, now as we get into this tunnel, I mean, we need to fight them all. Luckily, these aren't that bad. Come on. I missed. Dang it. Lame. Hit me with the reduced armor. That's lame. Okay. But otherwise, not too bad. Okay, I'm pulling this one because he's going to be padding up in our tunnel. We need to clear. We're going to be pulling the guys out of this tube, out of this final room, into the spot we need. So that's part of it for sure. Dang it. Come on. Okay, I'm going to eat this other pumpkin that we had. Not drink my mana yet. I think we can do one more fight before I have to go after the mana. We are getting 640 XP per mob in here. That's pretty good. We're down to 87,000 remaining. So just since we started doing these eggs, we're like halfway through. Refresh that. So if I look... Oh, that's the room. So I want to get this guy just because... this is a 51 Reaver. Just because I want this little area clear. The problem is they will respawn relatively quickly. So we are fighting the respawn timer. Level 57 Holy Pally, looking for group. I mean, we might have to eventually switch over to Holy Pally for her just to get groups at endgame because I guess Rat Pallies are a meme or whatever. Come on. Come on. Hit her. Jeez Louise. Alright, so if we look in this room, you have this guy, this one, a stinger, and another one back there. We also have a mining thing we need. Okay, so we need to clear this room. So that's step one. So let's fight this stinger. Now, if we only clear one side, whatever, that is what it is. The problem is they will, like I said, they'll respawn fast. Stupid Garishi stingers. Okay, good. Any hit is a good hit. That's the good thing about our class is... Okay. Great. Okay. Trying to wait for my healing to get up to snuff here. There we go. And then I'm going to drink a moon juice. I don't have anything other that's good for this situation. Okay, we have two more mobs. There's another ooze-covered thorium vein. We need to take out both these mobs. That's it. These are both 53s. Then what's going to happen is we are going to be stuck in a situation where we can try for the queen. She's going to spawn with some mobs. We can try to pull her mobs separately. That's a possibility too. I don't... She'll probably appear with a couple, but I'm skeptical about the ability of that. I think it would be better if we go all out against her and use our potions as well as we can. Okay, just decided to go for a few hits that way. Alright, this is the thing you're supposed to, or maybe it's that thing? I don't know. Only one, but it did have a couple. Uh-oh, that was my... Oh, my food. My food wore off just now. So we need that too. Nothing I can do there. Alright, so we're fighting the tunneler. Then I've got the room clear. Once I clear the room, though, I'm going to put the little sauce on that stone. Oh, he hit me with 2. Alright. So, I'm going to heal up. Then I'm going to drink another juice and get myself another little fish so I can get that buff back up. Now I have a choice. If I can pull just one, I will. But if it doesn't look like they're in a situation where I can pull just one, I'm going to go full-on blitz against the queen, using as much potions and everything as I can. And... okay, so I did that. Oh, gosh. Okay, so... oh, I remember now. It is waves. So I'm going to pull the waves out here. Because we are 2v1ing this situation. Whoops. I pulled them too far. The wrong way. Look at there. Look at that armor reduction they've got on me. Yikes. They're just hitting me with that tunneler acid so much. But this is this is what you need to do. You need to get out of here so that you can have a chance to heal in between each one. Come on. Dang it. Come on. At least the tunneler acid's about to wear off. There we go. Come on, hit it. Okay, tunneler acid wore off. That'll help me out some. There we go. Got a little vengeance going on. Come on. Oh no. Jeez. Okay, so this Gorishi stinger respawned. That's exactly what I do not want. Okay. That's what's terrible. Now, the speed of this respawn. I didn't realize it was that fast. Oh my gosh. That's even worse than I thought. I do not want to have to use any of my things. Okay, good. Come on. Oh no. Wasn't enough to kill it. Oh no. Ah. Come on. Whew. Okay. So it's back over here now. So now I'm going to drink this. I don't even know what the heck else I could eat. I don't have a regular food source. Not that I want to eat right now. Okay, this is also... see, Hive Guard. These are all, like, not... oops. These are...
It's too far away.
oh, let me get this back on too. Oh, great. All 3? Jeez Louise. Okay. I didn't realize I was going to have to fight all 3. Are you freaking kidding me? What on God's green? I don't even think I can get one down. Maybe if I might have to lay on hands on this one. Oh gosh, come on. Jeez, it might not even be worth it either. Now I'm 2v1ing these guys, and they have so many tunneler acids stacked on me. Jeez. See, the thing is, we need to try to get them down as much, because once I beat this wave, and now I've wasted that. Gosh. I'm screwed. Yep, I am absolutely screwed. Okay, so now I have to res. All my buffs are gone. And it's just that this character with that fighting against that reduced armor, I should have maybe put the ret. That actually would have been better. Maybe going ret aura because they're hitting you so fast. So maybe ret aura would be better. Because that extra armor, maybe that compensates for that armor that they're reducing. I don't know. But we killed one, at least. Unfortunately, we will now not have lay on hands available for us for the queen. And I don't know. It's going to be hard. We could always, of course, ask for help. We saw how tough that was. That was a tough one. I saw another side mob too. So I just don't know. That second, I think there's only these two waves. And then the third one is a queen with mobs on her own. And my original goal was to use lay on hands to get out of that situation. Clearly, I was wrong to think that. Yeah, I definitely picked the Sanctity Aura, not necessarily the best one. But if I'm going to go all out Blitz, Sanctity Aura is a little bit of a better one. Because then that's going to immediately stack into like hitting the Seal of Crusader, followed by the Seal of Command, followed by the Stun, like that whole combo of things, and the Hammer of Wrath. The Sanctity Aura feeds into that, for sure. Oh my gosh, I don't know what my dog is going crazy for out there, and why no one is stopping her. Oh, great. Now she's coming closer. I don't know. My guess is somebody has arrived at the home. It's typically what triggers her. But could be. That's probably what it is. I know the yard people were out here. But that was earlier, and I don't think she was even barking at them. Which is weird, but maybe she was. I don't know. All right, so of course the hall monitors here have started to respawn. That's lame. So we have to be careful, and now I've got to re-clear that sort of area. Okay, let's put this back on. Put this back on. There is the queen. She's there. So she has spawned in. Screw me. Okay, I guess I could increase my intelligence again. I guess we'll eat this too. I don't even know what to do in terms of... I guess I'll drink another moon juice. Alright, so... Look at all these stinking guys. Like, can I pull people from the side here? Or is that going to chain pull them all? Okay, good. It did not. So that was my thought. Like, am I really screwed here? Or can I slowly clear this hall? Can I slowly clear this area some? So now I've got to slowly clear this room. She is there. She is a level 56 also, by the way. Okay, that gives you the Silithid pox, but we cleared it from ourselves. Come on. Jeez. Okay. Now we're fighting a second one immediately. Two stingers in a row. Immediately, just over. There was no point to even hit it with the Crusade because it was gone already. Annoying. So we're drinking all of our Moonberry juice to try to compensate for this. So annoying. I mean, I guess it's not for nothing because we are getting... There you go. Now my Seal of Command is off also, so I can't even... Got no mana. Cool. Come on. Thanks. Alright, so... I guess I'm gonna... drink another juice. But we did get the Pat that continues to respawn and one of the stingers in the room. Maybe I can go for this over here. Is the queen gone? The queen is freaking gone. The people despawned. Are you freaking kidding me? And that means the scent thing is gone. So I didn't get it in time. So the queen despawned. I did not get it in time. So I failed. And now I've got to fight my way out. And do this all again. Alright, well, we'll go for an egg run first. That's annoying. And this time we'll try to get help, because I don't know that my character... We definitely are not doing it before we get the lay on hands. And it looked like she spawned before whatever. So maybe it's just a matter of time. They just respawn so fast. This character is just not... She's not set up to quickly... I don't even have a cleave going on with... any kind of cleave action. Consecrate or anything like that. Yikes. Terrible. So we will recruit for help after we get another egg run in. Yeah, because other than that, I really don't know what we can super duper do. We can really try our best to... Because even a level up, I mean, sure, would a level up help? Obviously, and being 53 instead of 52 would help with this situation of pinch. But we'll do an egg run, and then we'll just see how that goes. Actually, while we're in the area, let's see. No, I don't even want to ask for help because I don't have the stupid juice right now. So I can't even summon the queen. So even if I ask for help, if someone was like, yeah, I'll help you, then I'd be like, oh, psych, I don't even have any mana right now. So annoying. And I don't want to drink one of my mana juices. Alright. Well, We're starting this fight. And I've been poisoned. I'm just trusting my ability to beat this mob. We'll see. Okay. Alright. I don't even have... There we go. Huh. I'm almost out of here. But I'm gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to fight. Even if I were to blow past him, and that's a 53, there's one more mob that I will have to blow past on the outside, and I just don't trust my ability to do that. Jeez Louise. Alright, so now we know, let's not even go back in without a help. I don't want to risk wasting all the time doing that again. So far this episode has been a big fat fail. That's the life of a Warcraft Classic player, I guess. Especially when you are crazy like myself. Good, okay. Felt like it was worth it to do that damage spike there. Like it. Okay. Can I escape from this cave now? There's one more mob, and I... This is so annoying. He's already aggroed onto me. Even being in this... Even getting out of here is so annoying. Come on, don't miss him. There we go. Come on. Give me some life. Give me some mana. Jeez. Now he hit me with the armor shred. Come on. Come on. I mean, this is a waste. I'm not doing any. Come on, you bozo. Alright, I'm switching to Ret Aura because I don't even have the mana to... At least this way they'll slowly kill themselves. What's their total life? 3. It does a 16 damage tick every time. Anyone have a moment to attack Town Hall and Anderhall? I'm guessing that's a quest-related thing. Because otherwise that would be a weird call out. Thanks, your pox failed. Haha. Come on. Come on. Whew. Jeez. I'm being just so stingy and greedy on my... Anyone doing anything? Impule Nerdad. Impule Nerdad? I don't even have enough mana to summon my horse. Alright, come here. Come here, you little so-and-so. Yeah, I guess Sanctity Aura is not good when you're on your own as much. I wonder if it's better for me to just go ahead and hit with to Ret. Either do Ret or Devotion. Or if it's free, I wonder if switching to concentration aura. Yeah, it doesn't cost mana. I wonder if that's better when I go to start healing myself. Put that on, and then if it gives me a 35% chance, is that better? And just keep the Ret on all the time? And then do switch to Sanctity when I'm in a dungeon. But then in a dungeon, it's probably better. It's probably only good when I'm like in a raid. Okay, jeez Louise. Now I can get on my horse and get the heck out of here. Alright, so that was a failed run. A failed attempt at doing the Pawn Captures Queen thing. I did gain a few thousand XP, I guess. Probably more than that. I probably killed at least 10 guys. I'm down to 84th. No, I'm down to 76,000. Oh yeah, I gained at least 10,000 XP while I was in there. So it wasn't completely pointless. It was just time consuming. Between the egg and that, we're sitting at about an hour of an episode where we have accomplished jack diddly squat. Now, if I fly to Ungoro, I think we did get the connecting flight. So we could go straight up to, I guess let's go up to the top of, let's go to the, whatever that place is called. The little camp at the north of the crater. We'll go that way and fly from there. And then, since we're doing another egg run, and I don't even know. This is our life now. We have been kind of taunted with the specter of episodes like this for some time. And whoa. Someone just killed a devil sower. A hunter. I guess if you're out there wanting to make devil sower hides or whatever, you gotta kill devil swords to do it. Alright, this is a blazing invader. They almost seem green, like fell. So is this Fire Plume Ridge? Is that invader from a couldn't jump the stream? Oh, and I'm still engaged in combat. There you go. Alright. And these people that are like, oh, we need help or whatever, like I would ask them for help. Probably not on this episode, you know, in all honesty. Now that I failed the Garishi thing once, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see. Because that could be a quickie. So let's get an egg, and then we'll go back to Tanaris and turn that egg in. Uh-oh. See how that goes. Jeez, these guys are on a fool. And then if we have time, if we have like close to 30 minutes, we'll try to recruit for another Garishi hive run. If we don't have any hits and we failed on the egg, then we'll just do another egg run. But this is, like I said, our 10th one. And we've done at least 2 extras. So I think I've done 12 runs so far. So it's not even a close contest. The most I've ever that I ever did was on the Horde, where I did the 13 short runs. And we are now doing our 13th run, where we're about to do it. There's Lincoln. There's a little theme. Little link theme to some of these quests. Alright, so I can go to Thalinar. it's about the same flight. I guess I'll go to Feather Moon because I like I said before, I like that a little bit better for us. But then we have to go back to Tanaris to get another scent gland thing. We killed 6 of our moon juice fighting. We gained basically no gold. I mean, we have a few delicate insect wings we can sell. All right, so what's coming up in our life? Let's look at the spreadsheets. Well, as far as this goes, like I said, we have, as soon as we finish all this, we're going to start Tanaris again as Horde. We're very close. It's just this egg that's holding us down. We can get some help. I've been doing the Feralis quests. Why does that say Searing Gorge? I must have hit backspace on that one. I'm in the midst of this little set. I think I'm on Woodpaw Knolls right now. Which then Thalinar Delivery, I think that's the part of this little 5 quest run I'm on. If you look at the spreadsheet, yeah, I'm 4 in. And the High Wilderness was the one before it. So I'm of this set, I'm 3. So yeah, it should be those 2 I should get done today, and then I'll be switching back to doing Horde for a while, and then I'll be grinding, because the way that I do it, I try to go in order, and I haven't found that egg with either. So I will be grinding for the final chicken egg, which will allow me to get the chicken quest to where I actually get a pet chicken. So that will be cool. And then continuing this. These are all very low. If you look at it, this is lower than what we're doing in Tanaris, and it's a ton of quests. So I really think Feralis is probably have been better. Remember on the last episode, we went down and got the flight path from Cenarian Hold just so that we could make this flight as needed. So here it is, paying dividends. I ran Black Fathom Deeps yesterday on my anniversary character, and I'm now about to go run and do the to the top quest because it's such a low level quest. I'm on level 25 quests. So I don't have Feralis unlocked, but I do have Deathless. So I can make the run down here and then open that up. And then he's Horde, so I guess I could run all the way to Camp Mojache. That way I have that flight path and go back. But that'll be a little run I do a little later today before I go back and do the Battle of Hillsbrad. He's just all over the place. And Souvenirs of Death. Those 2 I'll be running with him. Pretty cool stuff. He's not... There are no Midsummer, but now that he is... When Midsummer comes, he'll be able to do those quests. Those will be starting. We'll run those when that opens up. He's not a paladin. This is kind of how I run it level by level. And then Red Ridge Mountains are all lions, so he can skip those other than that one little girl that we do that quest for. We're almost ready to land. And then, I'll actually get to do he'll get to run Shadowfang Keep at the end of, I'll do all the 25s, but he will have that quest series to do. Sometimes you have to run a dungeon more than once. Sometimes you, like I had to run Rage Fire Chasm, but all the others I've been able to at least like pick it up and work with it that way. Then back at Stonetelling for a few. This is fake. Nightmares. Oh, finally I can get that out of my bag. So got some Baron's quests. Yeah, I already have that actually, and that most of those are pre-done. Stocked, he can't run. Alright, so we're now gonna run across. I'll do repairing and selling when I get back to Tanaris. Alright, we're gonna go. The boat's not there, so we're gonna go run across. As we have talked about many times, it is the shorter run in the long run. But this is my base of operations right now. This is where I'm actually questing off camera. Okay. Yeah. So this is basically, I just follow this. The Warsong Gulch. Those quests. It's interesting because they exist. If you can see right here, they exist in Era. They do not exist in Anniversary. I don't know if that's going to change. If so, then that character I'll start running some PvP with. I see. Yeah, they just put PvP on Anniversary. So look at this guy. Oh, it's a priest doing some kind of run because he knows the drill. It's quicker to run across. All right, and then as far as Assassin's Creed goes, I actually just did this. I should mark that off. A little darker. So next I will be reading the comic. I would have done that one day this week, but I'm just going to skip a week like I mentioned before. But that's a series they did. They started doing every year for about 5 or 6 years in a row. They drop one episode of this like kind of origin story, and it's centered around a hero from the franchise. And the first one is Desmond. I don't know if they're all in-game, out-game. I don't know how it works, but that's episode 1. We'll read that. And then we'll have a couple weeks in a row. So not counting this upcoming week, which is going to be final week of April. But, I mean, of March. But the first few weeks of April are going to be seeing me talk about those things before I get into the Bloodlines game, which I think that is, if we look at Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, you guys might not care about Assassin's Creed, but I think that's the PSP one. Yeah, that's the PSP game. So that is a better mobile game than what we've done. I'm just going to have to find a PSP emulator, but that's fine. And that will probably take me a few. So that'll probably take me, I would imagine, if that's a full-length game, I'm sure that will take me all the way through the end of May to finish that one up. So into my vacation time. And then as we hit summer, I'll read these will each be like a week, a single episode. So I'll drop one of those each episode, and then I'll start playing Assassin's Creed 2, and I will play it up until I get to sequence 12, which is not the end of the game. It comes before the end of the game, and then I'll do that DLC in game. So this is going to be fun. Usually it will probably take me like a couple episodes per sequence. So we'll be doing, altogether, I would say it'll probably take me like 4 or 5 months to complete Assassin's Creed 2 at the rate that I'm doing it, unless I speed up my production for that. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't know. The future will tell. We'll see. That game is fun, though. Assassin's Creed 2, and that's not emulated. I have that on the PC, so it should be a little bit, and it should be a little less glitchy. It's a little bit better than Assassin's Creed 1. Assassin's Creed 1 had some glitches, so that game should be, that's really like peak. It's kind of like, I'm peaky. It's kind of like, trying to think of like other game series that really peak at a certain point, not necessarily the end of their franchise. Assassin's Creed is really a good poster child for that, because I feel like even at Assassin's Creed 3, it starts to get almost too big for its britches a la Grand Theft Auto. Like, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, I think, was like peak Grand Theft Auto, because when they got to Grand Theft Auto 3, the game got so big and sprawling with so much side stuff you could do. It's for a completionist like me. I guess everyone else is entitled to their own opinion, but it became so much to manage. Like, one of the biggest games I've ever 100%ed completionist was, other than Warcraft, but even Warcraft is actually fairly manageable. It's not really designed to be that kind of game with like a million side activities. The craziest culprits for that kind of game are the Grand Theft Auto people. They just really spend so much time. Their development cycle is like a decade. So they have so much time to really... That egg is not back, so we got to go for another egg. But those... Skyrim was a really big one. That game took me a really long time focusing only on playing that game. I don't even think I could do that. The Zelda games like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, they're pretty big as well, with side stuff to do. Ooh, there you go. Here's an egg. Let's say we had a couple empty nests in a row. But there's one. The Spider-Man games, I think, are like perfect. They do it right. That's my favorite style. Like, there's a decent amount of side activities. Each one has some consequence where it's tied to some kind of a reward. And there's a pretty good amount to do, but it's not overwhelming at all. There's systems in place to track it. I really like the way they do it. I actually have that Spider-Man 2 for PS5. I just haven't... I'm playing too many other games because I'm playing this all the time. This is my main game, of course. Anniversary has really sucked up a lot of the free time I otherwise would have had. Because I've been... Which is just more of this game, but I'm really into that character lately. I didn't even talk about my harvester grind yet. There's also... I've been working on Tears of the Kingdom for quite some time. Just making a slow, steady burn on that. I just really play it for like 5-10 minutes a day. I would say I'm close to around halfway through 100% completing that game. Give or take. Probably just under halfway. But there's just so much to do in that game. And then I also have a really, really, really slow burn project, which was originally going to be my Patreon. Then I just decided to do it for myself for fun, where I go do a completionist run. If you notice there's a theme, this is how I run my life. I do everything. I'm a slave to completionism. I don't know why it's gotten worse the older I get. Probably because I've gotten crazier. We all kind of get crazier, I think, as we get older. Some people say you get more wise, or maybe you get less crazy. I think it's the opposite. I think we go down the rabbit holes of our own. You know, you get more confident and comfortable in yourself, and it gives you the freedom to lean in hard to the things that kind of make you you. But my completionist, anyway, the one that I'm doing there is Baldur's Gate. And I mean, I went back to the original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, which is very, very hard, even if you pay for it, to get the unremastered copies, and I'm playing through that. I'm almost done with the unremastered copy of Baldur's Gate 1. And then, honestly, I probably would have finished it this week if it wasn't for the fact that I had to work from home. Like, if I had no work to do, I just wish I had no job. If I had no job, I would, and could pay my bills, of course. I think I would try to make this my job, make these projects my job, and then grow that a little bit more. But right now, the $10 a month I'm making off of it is not... that's not doing anything. Dang it. I felt like I could almost make that jump. But then I think, instead of this being my hobby, I would make these games my job, and I would really... I really enjoy. I mean, as most people on Earth, probably almost all. I really enjoy music, and I have always wished I could play. My son has been getting better and better at playing the guitar, and he's in band at school and plays a couple other things. I think I would either lean. I used to. I when I was in high school, I took a key. They called it keyboarding, but it's basically it was like keyboarding for the sense of a piano. I took that class in high school, but it was unfortunately in my junior year when I was basically already checked out. I had a car. I was getting in trouble all the time. And I do remember the class fondly, but I was a bad student. And then when I was in college, as an elective, I took a full year, 2 semesters of piano. And that was also really fun and cool, and I was getting better. There were people in the class that were very good. I was not one of them. But I was, doing okay. I'm just not a natural talent at it. It requires a lot of work. It would take a ton of work for me to get good. So I had thought about going back to piano. Is there anyone in this building I can't replace with a bash script? That's the guy who should be interviewing me. I don't really know what a bash script is. What is a bash script? Is that the sequence of? I thought it was a command, right? Like this kind of like an HTML. It's a command line interpreter with Linux and Mac. These scripts automate tasks, manage files, and execute programs, streamlining workflows and enhancing productivity. The shebang line, bin bash. So I would say that's an oversimplification. Like a lot of you could probably write a pretty decent amount of, if you were really good at coding, you could probably spend a lot of time writing code that would absolutely accomplish, and as a matter of fact, I do it to myself sometimes, that would do my job, do big parts of my job. So much of my job is spent on like sorting and filtering and cleaning data. Just going through it. Like for instance, this week I just had to look at like hundreds of changes to our overall system and go through each change line by line and sort them into whether these are removals of the system, whether they're full brand new additions to the system, or whether they're changes in the system. And then for each one of those things, I have like 4 or 5 other databases that I have to change. So there's probably a way you could automate that process, but it would require a lot of time to write that code. And would it require more? And in my line of work, they're always changing the system. A system will last a few years. So would it be worth the amount of man hours it would take to understand what's going on, write a code that would do it successfully? Because that's the other part of my job, is I'm good at it. There's certain things I can spot like an anomaly that might get missed. Okay, guys. Extraordinary egg. Extraordinary egg. No, it was a bad egg!
Interesting. I am afraid I have bad news for you, adventurer. This egg is too...
Guys, what are we going to do? Oh, my gosh. Okay. Well, we're either going to do one more egg run, or I'm going to see if anyone can... I'm going to just put this out there and see if anybody wants to do these quests really quick. The pawn captures queen. If not, we're going to do one more egg run. Holy freaking cow. We've done 13 runs and this is terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Welcome to Tanaris, adventurer. How can I be of service to you today? You don't look like a blacksmith to me.
We didn't even get 1 gold for that. Gosh. Jeez Louise. All right, so
Where would you like to fly to?
we're going to go do another egg run. We'll do one more egg run. Nobody responded to my pawn captured queen. I'm not going to spam it. We will spam it. Tomorrow's episode, as we're getting our eggs. Oh my. I cannot. And starting with the next episode, we will... Yeah, this is crazy. Just crazy bad luck. That's RNG for you. I'm telling you, I got multiple extraordinary eggs on both my other accounts. So I really don't think it's... While it would make... It's tempting, because look at the amount of bad eggs we've got. So it could be the other way around, too. The RNG could... I could have just got ridiculous RNG on the other accounts. That's possible, too. Definitely. And that might have skewed my entire perception of this whole thing. But if you look at, like, if we let's go look at this extraordinary egg or whatever, Eggomatic. You look at that. So the Super Eggomatic, if you look at it, people have talked about their own experiences in the comments. So... there's better ways if you look at the actual quests here. What did it say? This kind of repeatable follow-up quest doesn't get tracked by the Wowhead tracker. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's just look at this as we're flying, and you can look, because I did research this already. Extraordinary egg doesn't mention it. Okay, that's just copy pasta for the other. Fine. I know one of them has a pretty good comment system. Okay, no, that one wasn't it. Ordinary. We've gotten all of these. Egg's no longer attackable. Let's look at bad. There was a good set. Yeah, this guy put way station, like where they're at. Bad egg is a redote. Yeah, so there's not really a lot of talking about this, but I felt like I don't see. Be aware that after doing this egg trip 20 times, I got 1 extraordinary egg. So that's one person's experience. It's very napkin mathy because they're saying I did it about 20 times. And then it says the ratio is most probably around 1%. So right there, your math is wrong. If you got 1 out of 20, then we're looking at 5%. Also, from a person that exaggerates numbers, which 100%, that's me. 5% 20 times is probably an exaggeration. They probably are doing it like I'm doing it here, where we've now done twice on this episode. This is episode 10. We already had 2 extras, so that's 3 total extras so far. So we've done it 13. This is going to be our 14th time, and I could 100% see myself going, man, I did this quest 20 times. Okay, this is the 14th time. The whole trip takes around 15 minutes. That's true. If you get Hearthstone once every 45 minutes, if you getting 1,000 faction means doing it 100 times, 2 trips in an hour. How are they saying 2 trips in an hour when they just said, see, their math is terrible because they're saying right off the bat it takes 15 minutes. So you could do up to 4 trips in it. Whoa, where am I? Oh, I forgot I went to the north. I'm thinking I'm in a different spot. So then they're saying you could probably, 50 hours to get 1,000 faction. No, cut that in half again. So 25 if you want. But also, it's also crap because if you look at the reputation, it's now down to 10 rep per turn in. So that is a lie. Instead of 100 rep, it's 10 rep. Oh, no, okay. No, that's right. So, okay, they're counting it. They're counting that. And I'm not, yeah, so we're not doing that. But we're not doing it for the rep. I'm not doing 25 hours for 1,000 rep. That's ridiculous. See, this guy says this, I've done it a few times. I got an extraordinary, 2 fine, 1 bag, 1 bad. That is more like what I was getting on my ratio. We just have had bad luck. And that is life. We've had bad RNG. C'est la vie. We will keep it going. We will go again and go again and go again. And this will be our life. Next time, we will attempt to get help on the I'm all off road here. We're going to attempt to get help on the Pawn Captures Queen. We'll start spamming that in chat starting on the next episode. That will be our top priority. If no one answers to us, we will go turn in the chicken eggs. Get that taken care of. As one little in-between. Then all we will... So we've got another episode. It's going to be 11. It's because of the eggs. 11 episodes. Minimum to get through Tanaris because of these eggs. So this is an example of like a nightmare. Anytime you see something like this, it's seriously... This, the Searing Gorge has the Dark Iron rep. It is nothing. Nothing compared to this. That can be solved with 30 gold or whatever. So if you told me that I just had to go grind out 30 gold, easy, light work, I would much rather grind 30 gold than do this over and over again. This is just painful. A painful, painful experience. If we got ourselves into a situation where we needed to do this on Horde, at least with Horde, we can start stacking runs up to the high wilderness. But this is where we're at. We also, it doesn't help that I wanted to do Pawn Captures Queen and we failed with that. Getting the bad egg over and over again too, that's the worst one of all the ones. At least the other one gives us pumpkins and potions, and the other one, the ordinary and the, which we got that on this episode too. So we've had an ordinary and a bad. And the fine gives us scrolls. So, you know, there are benefits. We're still not off of... This is why I want the Lay on Hands cooldown also off. So after I get Consecrate, we're definitely going... Bringing up to 55 is going to be doing the Lay on Hands. Then I think I'll start working on this Spiritual Focus. 57. Honestly, bringing it out all the way is not a bad idea. Oh, now this egg is in business. I like it when it's this one because it's the closest egg. Don't worry, they don't check your parses in Tanaris guild. Ah, I messed it up that time. You'd be higher than his. I don't know what that means. 10 gold and free fireworks to sign my charter. And it says if we ever raid, high roll wins, no exceptions. And then they said, don't worry, they don't check parses. You'd be higher than his, or whatever. I don't even care. Like, that to me, that's right up my alley. However, I don't want to lose this guild that I made myself. So, of all the accounts, this is the one where I'd be like, nah. Sorry. I don't know, I thought this would be a cool idea to make my own guild. Now I regret it. I mean, I don't regret it, it serves no purpose. But I'm actually okay with, I'm fine without the social aspect. If the social aspect is good, that's cool. But so often, like I joined one guild on Anniversary. Anniversary is the social element of Classic era is something special. It's really a good group of people that are more closely like-minded with myself. I like era a lot. It's people that are committed to the long game and just playing this game. It's something, there's parts I don't like. I don't get, like, if you're a grindy endgame sweat, why are you playing era? Why? Like, there's just no point. It should be full of people that want to experience the content, and at best, you just go again with a different class. And if you ever can finish the goal of doing everything on all 9 classes or all 8 classes available to a faction, you could do it on Horde too, so then sure, you're talking about maybe 16 characters, then that's it. That's what it should be for. Or maybe you really love the classic PvP scene, but it's just a spot where you can take all the time in the world to accomplish your goals in this one game. That's what it's for. Without things changing, the skill trees aren't changed, and it's not complicated compared to modern day WoW. It's just, even Anniversary though, it's like, okay, we want to experience this and start again from the beginning. But when you go over there, like, I mean, I joined one guild because I thought their recruitment message was clever. They messaged me. It was just a phishing kind of message, guild grab where but my rule is, I get it. You need to recruit. And you put your recruit messaging out there. That's step 1. You just put you'll catch some fish that way. Then a little bit more aggressive is the direct invite to guilds. And there's 2 ways to go about that. You can just lazily mass direct invite, which I feel like that is obnoxious and rude, really. It's not much better than, like, there we go, I made it that time. Not much better than, like someone spam calling you on your phone. Like, I don't know who you are, I know nothing about your guild, and so then it's just based on, do I like the guild name? Have I heard of the guild, or do I like the name of the guild? That's it. That's it. So you better have a banger of a name. And for me, that means your name better be a really funny pun, because that's about the only thing that's going to get me. But if when you cold call, or right before you do that, or even without the cold invite, you send the private message. Now, don't do the cold invite and then the private message, because chances are I've already declined. But if you do the private message and then the guild invite, or do them at the same time, then at least, okay, I can get a message. I can hear what you're about. Anyway, I got recruited on this guild. The guild name was fine. It was neutral, but it was, and I've joined plenty of those too, where it's just like, whatever. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't blow my skirt up or anything, but it's fine. And then the message, though, was clever. And it makes you feel seen, and it appeals to your vanity, and I was just like, okay, this is cool. So I joined the guild, and I was like, hey, I liked your recruitment message. And I swear it was like within one day, I was like, oh, this is like terrible. This is just a toxic group of people. It was right around the time when the what's the guy's name? Maybe Ghost or something like that. The guy where it was going around the internet about this mage that on hardcore mode bailed out on his raid group as a mage, escaped the dungeon or whatever, and had the opportunity to help his team escape as well, and like multiple high-level people died when he could have helped them. And his response, rather than taking any ownership, because you could obviously just say like, look, it's hardcore, where you gotta survive, and if push comes to shove, if I'm getting jumpy, I'm gonna bail. And at least taking ownership of it in that sense, people could say like, okay, if I was in that situation, maybe I would do the same. But no, instead he just blame shifted, absconded from all responsibility, and so then that was divisive, because half the people were on board with that kind of blame shifting because they would do the same thing and say, look, ultimately it's on other people. I didn't initiate the chain of events that led to the wipe. Or maybe he did. I don't know. I didn't even watch the video. And priority numero uno is surviving. And that's what I did. And instead he made, or whatever. And then other people are just like, look, you make excuses. And they start pointing out, you could have done this, X, Y, and Z. And then you would have been fine. And you could have helped your team and blah, blah, blah. And if you don't know enough to do that, you shouldn't be playing endgame raids as hardcore in the first place, and all this other crap. So it was really divisive. It got really nasty. There was threats made online between that person's... They're all streamers, between these streamer stuff. So you guys have all heard about it. I'm just recapping a situation that was a phenomena in the classic community, particularly the hardcore community, but really anybody that has their pulse on social media with WoW and streamers. I don't even follow any of them, I just watch them from time to time, is familiar with this whole story. Alright guys, can we get the extraordinary egg? But anyway, they were so embattled about it, and then it also just so much naked, open, like argumentative with partisan politics and just the typical talking points you see online. It was just like, man, this is a terrible decision, I gotta get the heck out right now. Okay, let's chant. Okay. No, it was another bad egg. Guys, I don't know what to tell you.
Off and away. I am afraid I have bad news. This egg is too far gone.
Yeah, I do.
I can take it from you.
Alright, that's it. I'm gonna get back on the flight path to set it up for the next go, but we had a big fat failure of an episode where we literally accomplished nothing today. So cool. That's always fun. Thank you guys for being part of the journey. We will continue. We will go a freaking again tomorrow. We're going to relentlessly spam the pawn captures queen to see if we can get help on that one while we just do egg runs back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's the goal for tomorrow, so that at least we have pawn captures queen done. Maybe we'll get lucky and get the egg quickly, and then we can also just wrap the zone up tomorrow. It's certainly within the realm of possibilities. Thank you everybody so much for watching and listening and tuning in. I appreciate you, and I will see all of you next time on Lore of Warcraft. Peace out.